Look, there is nothing wrong with being narcissistic about something you're passionate about. You just have to be good at the thing you're narcissistic about, or you're just insufferable and nobody will willingly feed your ego. Enter me, the nARTcissist. I'm here to help my fellow nARTcissists capture their own willing ego feeders, and if I save you from your terrible artwork in the process, then you're welcome to the cult. Club. I said club. Moving on. Here I am speeding through a line art drawing I did of Kennedy Momobami from the Netflix anime Kakagurui. I'm going to give you 6 tips for drawing impressive line art while showing you how good I am. Tip 1. Equipment. Use a ruler for straight lines, please. There is nothing worse than a wiggly quote-unquote straight line. Next, the pen. I use a Copic Multiliner SP 0.2. This pen is superior to the standard Copic 0.3 because it gives you more control for detailed work like this. The ink flows better and I could really see the difference when using a ruler, which I used a lot. Hint, hint, hint. I'm not threatening you, but actually yeah I am. It's also important to have a white pen because you will make mistakes. I made some, not a lot. Definitely less than you, but because of the white pen I'm using, you couldn't tell, could you? That's a rhetorical question, don't answer that. I use a white Sakura Jelly Roll pen. This pen is superior because it doesn't leave a thick, obvious texture on the paper, and you can colour over it later. Tip 2. Have a solid sketch. My sketch has no ambiguous lines or details. My sketch is awesome, which means my final line art will be too. I don't erase my sketch before using the pen, so my sketch is dark and I can see it. This means that my brain doesn't need to work when inking, which results in stable lines. Tip 3. Stop your shaky hands. A reason why your line art sucks is because it's all wiggly and not smooth at all. As I demonstrate extremely well, very smooth lines are superior. Here are my tips to fix wiggly lines caused by handshake. Your lighting setup. Weird, right? Wrong. Your line work is automatically going to suck if you are squinting in the dark. Instead, improve your accuracy by getting a table lamp that you can adjust the brightness and colour of the light on. Next, don't do vigorous exercise before drawing line art and don't consume caffeine or anything that will spike your heartbeat. You should be able to decipher that the preferred state for drawing line art is comatose. What? You can't do it? Look at me go! You're just lazy, or stupid, or both. Look closely, I am clearly not anywhere near comatose. But admittedly at times my blood was running so slow, I panicked and looked up symptoms of rigor mortis. Next, make sure you have a lot of time to concentrate, so your mind doesn't wander to what you are doing later. Because if your mind wanders, your pen will likely follow and you will make a lot of unnecessary mistakes. It's also good to warm up your hand. I practice drawing lines and circles with the pen before I draw line art. This gives me more confidence, and confidence equals stable lines and narcissist points. Finally, don't rush. Good line art takes a lot of time. It took almost 8 hours for me to draw this. Tip 4. Pen technique. I hate to admit it, but not every line I throw out is smooth the first time. The Copic 0.2 pen is thin enough that I can go over the same line multiple times to create a smooth line without creating a super thick line. If the line does become too thick, use a white pen to correct it. Tip 5. Pen strokes. There are 2 pen strokes that I use. The first is the familiar, confident sweeping stroke that most line art videos tell you about. The second is a technique that is not recommended by anybody anywhere because it's considered a bad habit. But hey, it works for me and I'm amazing. So it could work for you too. If you watch closely, you will see me do small strokes that you would do when sketching with a pencil. I call it my sketch stroke, and it's a lifesaver when inking things you are not confident with, like circles. Circles are hard. You hear that? I freehand my circles instead of using a stencil. Tell people that and you will instantly earn narcissist points as they bow their head to you with respect. Tip 6A. Line weight. Your line art sucks because it's flat. To create a subject that pops, it's important to use different line weights. Line weight is how thick or thin your lines are, and you use this to make certain aspects of your picture catch the eye or pop out to the viewer. It also helps the main subject of the picture to be identified. I find that it helps to initially draw thin lines and build up the thickness, so later I can see where the thicker lines should go. Tip 6B. Line weight and light source. There are two things I think about when varying line weight. The first and most important is the light source. In this picture, the light source is coming from above, so the shadows will be underneath things, and that is where I draw thicker lines. Tip 6C. Line weight and stylistic choice. The second thing I think about when drawing varying line weights is the style of the piece and the overall effect that I'm trying to create in the image. By thinking this way, you could do thick lines where there are no shadows. I do this by looking at the whole picture and then thickening parts that I think need to pop out more. So, like I did with the beams in the background, I could have left them a lot less dark, but having those really thick lines draws your eye to the background, so the back wall doesn't get lost in the rest of the image. Thick lines on parts that you want to foreshorten can help to enhance the foreshorten effect as well. You can see that I have thickened parts of the outstretched hand so that it stands out as one of the main focus points of the image. Okay, thanks for watching, and don't forget to feed my ego by spanking that like and subscribe button. I will also post a video of me colouring this piece. Until next time, you can choose to accept it or not, but chocolate does not count as your daily calcium intake. I know, I was sad too when I learned this. This is your dear leader, nARTcissist, signing out.